Hello and welcome back to the Angry Dave podcast. My name's Dave, and my next guest is Michaela. Say hello to the world.
Hi.
Michaela is my 17-year-old niece. The last two podcasts were with her mom and dad, and I'm going to interview her now. So, Michaela, tell me a little bit about yourself. You were born in October of 2005,
Yes.
and you were 17 years old. Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right, very good. And you're going into your senior year of high school?
Yes, I am.
All right. Tell me about what is your first memory of childhood? Do you have a first memory or some early memories that you have?
I have a lot.
All right. So give me one.
I just remember holding my sister when she was born. I remember that.
That's cute.
Yeah.
And she is, 2 years younger than you, right?
Yeah, she is actually.
And you remember holding her?
Yeah, but very vaguely though.
Like a snapshot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How about what was early, grade school, like when you first went to school? What was it like? What were you like then?
I was very in between quiet during school, but then when I came home I was very active. I was a little crazy.
Yeah, so what would you do? Are you outside, with the kids in the neighborhood? What was going on?
All the time. Our friends used to come and knock on our door, and we would be out 8 o'clock in the morning till the streetlights came on.
Yeah, and what would you guys normally do? What was it like? What were you playing? Sports, activities, hopscotch? I don't know. What were you doing?
So we have, in our old neighborhood, we had this green field.
Yeah.
And all the little neighborhood kids would always go there, and we'd play sports, and then we'd always ride our bikes around the neighborhood too.
What was your favorite thing to do?
When it used to rain, the green field used to come in for a little ditch kind of.
Yeah.
And when it used to rain, the water would pile up, and we would always used to go play in the big puddles.
In the big puddles, yeah. Yeah. What was it like being a big sister at that age? Was it hard?
Oh my God, it sucked.
Why?
Because, okay, I love my little sister so much. I love her. But growing up, still to this day, she always wants to copy me.
Yeah.
So if I do something, she has to do it. If I wear something, she wears it the next day.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Well, it was a pain in the ass.
Yes, a lot.
Did you guys fight a lot as little kids?
All the time.
What did you fight about?
Toys. She always used to want to sleep in bed with me, and I always wanted to sleep alone, so I'd get frustrated with her about it. She always wanted to hang out with my friends because she thought we were cool. She was always stealing my clothes.
Did she think you were cool, or did she think your friends were cool?
I say both, but she says my friends.
She's here today, and I hear her laughing and snacking. All right, so talk to me about going into middle school. What was it? What were you like? What was life like? What do you remember?
I was very to myself.
Yeah.
I was very I didn't really like to talk to people. I had a group of friends, but I chose to be inside a lot, just on my phone or.
Yeah. And what was your favorite thing to do at that time before high school?
If I wasn't inside, I would walk around just the neighborhood with my old best friend. And if I was inside, I would just watch YouTube all day. That's all I would do.
What was your favorite thing to watch? What were you into?
I was into a lot of things, just a lot of weird things. I used to watch a lot of anime. I still do.
Yeah.
And I was always interested in instruments, so I would always watch people playing piano and just random stuff like that.
How about anime? You said you're still interested in anime.
Yeah.
What is it about it? What do you like about it?
I just our cousin, she got me into it when I was around 7.
Yeah.
And just ever since then, I just thought it was really fascinating.
Yeah, what particular, just the characters, or what is it about it that you like?
The plots of the stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. So is it all kinds of stories?
Oh yeah, it's all kinds. It could go from romance to horror to sad.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And is there like a bunch of different like universes in it, or
Yes, there is.
okay? So it can be all over the place. It's sort of endless.
Yeah, it is endless.
Yeah. How about like TV shows? Did you like any TV shows at that age? Like, I don't know. I don't know what Nickelodeon was on at that time. I was too busy trying to be a dad.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Disney Channel a lot more than Nickelodeon,
Yeah.
but
What do you like? What did you like on there and there like as a preteen?
Jessie was a big one. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was it because she was cool?
I think it was because they were super rich.
She what?
They were they
Oh,
were
they were
super
super
rich.
rich.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun thinking about being super rich.
Oh no, yeah, it is.
All right. How about in high school? Tell me about the last couple of years. What is Michaela like coming into high school and going into her senior year?
I started putting myself out there more.
Yeah.
I started doing some sports and got into some clubs.
Yeah.
Um, Around sophomore year, I got a job.
Yeah.
And I got a lot more friends. So
Different group of friends, same group of friends.
it was some new people, some old people that I grew up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like a group of friends that's together, or is it like two separate or three separate groups?
Everybody had their own like separate group from like our main group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like having different sets of friends?
I do. I really do.
And why?
Because it's just different perspectives on life, different personalities.
Yeah.
One group of friends might like this, like some things, and another group of friends might like other things. So it's just nice to have
Yeah.
different people.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
now you're putting yourself out there more. Tell me about how that feels.
It feels good. It was scary at first, but now that I'm like out there.
Yeah. What did you learn about it? What was scary about it? I guess at first, just you didn't want to feel rejected or
Yes.
embarrass yourself.
Yes, rejection.
Yeah. Talk to me about that.
So like in like grade school, middle school,
Yeah.
since I was like really put to myself, I didn't really talk. Nobody really knew me like that.
Right.
And everybody already had their clique going into high school.
Right.
So when I went into high school, it was like I was scared to speak up and I was scared to show people my true personality because I thought, oh, like they won't like me or they won't get me. They're not going to be into the same things that I'm into, or like they won't accept me into their group because they already have one.
Right.
Yeah.
And you were worried about that. And then what did you find out about putting yourself out there?
It's not really like that.
Yeah.
Like you'll find, of course, there's people out there that are like that, but
Of course, yeah.
You'll find your people that will accept you.
Yep.
Yeah.
You will. It's a good lesson to learn young. I struggled that with a long time. I would not try things because I was worried about embarrassing myself or not being cool. And, it's stupid because all that stuff also, grade school, middle school, high school is all temporary stuff. So it doesn't really matter in the long run, and what those people think about you doesn't matter. And nobody remembers that shit anyway. So just keep putting yourself out there. Tell me about, you have a best memory of the first 17 years of your life?
My best memory. It was quite recently, but like I'll probably remember for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But my friend group now, including my lovely little sister.
Yeah.
We all spent the night at my friend's house, and we ended up. I'm gonna get in so much trouble for this, but we ended up sneaking out of the house and just wandering the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And we were doing so much stupid stuff, but it was the first time like I felt like super, super, super excited. And like we were doing like super, super fun stuff and being super stupid. So that was probably one of my best memories.
Were you committing any crimes?
No, we weren't.
Okay. You're just being silly?
Yeah, we were just being silly.
All right, good. Well, I mean, I don't want you to admit to any specific crime because it's still under the statute of limitations and you can get... And I also don't want your dad to beat you in front of me.
Yeah.
What's your plan after graduation at this point? What are you thinking about?
I want to go to college.
Yeah.
Like right away. I
Okay.
want to get that done. And then I'm in between real estate and being a night nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to go to college to be a real estate agent.
Yeah.
So, but you want to go to school. Do you know where you want to go?
I want to go to Glendale Community. I don't want to go to university
Why? Why not at first?
because I want to like stay kind of close to home and then I just want to get my 2 years over with
Yeah.
and it's a lot cheaper
Okay.
and I don't want to be fully drowning in student debt yet, like
Right.
right after high school.
Right. You can defer those loans though, right?
Yeah.
While you're in school, and you can pay them over 30 years,
Mm.
right? Um, and why do you want to stay so close to home?
Because I'm gonna miss my parents.
Yeah. Do you think there'll be any benefit of going away, even if it's not far, just going away and living away?
There would be. There would be a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can tell you from my experience, it was the best thing I ever did. I don't think I would have, but it's a different situation. But I wouldn't have probably finished a year of school if I stayed home because I had a lot of influences in my life that were home that were bad influences. Now again, that might not be you, but for me, I needed to get away,
Yeah.
and and uh and when you get away like that, you get to reinvent yourself too,
Yeah.
right? So you get to start all over. You get to be whoever you want to be, and you get a fresh slate, and it's a really nice thing to do. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about it. And you're not sure what you want to do, nursing, something, but it's two very dramatically different things, right?
It is. Yes.
So maybe take some science classes and see how you like science,
Yeah.
because nursing is all about science, right?
Yeah.
And you have to pass the science classes. So that would be my recommendation before you do a major. Take a little bit of maybe some business classes, some
Yeah.
science classes. Determine which one you like better.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is my advice to you about that stuff is to now you have some time now, right? And even if you go to school, you don't have to declare a major right away. You could take prerequisites
Yeah.
at first. Think about over the next 6 months or a year of what you really like to do and try to think about how you can make that into a job, right? Because if you like what you do, it's going to be easier to get up in the morning and go to work and be consistent at it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
I wish I had that advice because I went and I thought I got a criminal justice degree because I thought, oh, oh no, I like I like thinking about the law, and then I got graduated with a criminal justice degree, and then at that time I thought, well, hell, I don't want to be a prison guard, so I took a year off, and then I went back to law school because I don't know, nobody thought that I could do it, so I did it, and then I was a lawyer for 20 years, and I didn't really I didn't really like it, but I mean, I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying I just didn't have much thought about it at first, but if I would have thought about thinking about the things that I like to do, like being outside and sports and stuff like that, maybe I would have, had a career in that way where
Yeah.
I actually liked it.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So tell me about what's your favorite activity? What do you like to do the most right now?
I like to rock climb.
Do you really?
I do.
All right. What about rock climbing do you like?
I just feel it's fun and it feels, I don't know, it gives me a lot of motivation because it's super hard.
Right.
And so I feel like if I could do that and I can overcome a fear, because I have a fear of heights.
Okay.
So if I could overcome that, I can overcome small problems in my life.
Yeah.
And it's a stress reliever too.
Yeah. You get to focus just on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. What's your favorite thing about yourself? What do you like most about yourself?
I like how hardworking I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about working. You work some jobs. What's your impression so far?
Working is hard. It's really hard.
What's hard about it? Just doing it every day?
It's not the everyday part. It's about being in it. It gets really stressful, especially I work in the food industry.
Yeah.
So, when I get super busy, it's really difficult to have your mind going 1,000 miles per hour and having to focus on just one thing or like multiple things at the same time.
Right. Yeah, and just keeping it all together while everything around you's going crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a skill to learn. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
What is your least favorite activity? What do you like the least? Walking in the heat? Do you?
Yes.
No, seriously. What's your? We walked in the heat yesterday, and Michaela was not happy.
I was so upset. I was wearing, okay. I chose to wear the most heaviest, baggiest pants, and I swear it was 100 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And then we tried to find shorts, and none of them fit me.
Yeah. Well, you didn't go to the little girl section. I'm just kidding. So now, tell me what's your least favorite thing to do? What do you like the least? Getting up in the morning?
Yes. Actually, yes. I hate getting up in the morning. So I have to wake up early for work. My shifts usually are like 7 to 1 or 6:30 to 2 or something.
Yeah.
And it's so hard. So I ask my mom or my dad to wake me up in the morning or my sister.
Yeah.
And I'm like fighting them off in my sleep. I'm like, leave me alone. I don't want to get up.
Yeah.
I cannot. It sucks so much.
Yeah. I hear you. What makes you excited? What gets you most excited right now?
Hanging out with friends gets me excited.
Yeah. And what is it? What is it about hanging out with friends that you like the most?
I feel at peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You trust them?
I do. I really do.
You guys have fun together?
We do.
Do you laugh?
A lot.
Good. Yeah. What do you guys talk about the most? Your friend group?
Surprisingly, we talk about the future a lot.
Do you? Good.
We do.
And is everybody all over the place a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody wants to do a bunch of different things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How about boys? You talk about boys a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What makes you happy? When are you your happiest?
When I'm doing something that I love or with the people that I love.
Yeah. How about what makes you sad?
Thinking about moving out of the house.
Really? Are you scared?
I'm very scared.
What scares you?
Just being away from them, because I do depend on my parents for a lot.
Do you think that you're gonna struggle doing stuff on your own? Is that what you're worried about, or just the absence of them, just not being there every day?
Just the absence. I think I can depend on myself for a lot of things, but it's just emotionally.
Yeah.
Because when I'm upset, they're the first people I go to.
Yeah.
When I'm angry, I go to them.
Yeah. Yeah. There's phones though.
I know, but I'm so used to them just being across the hallway, and I'm like, Mom, I need you. Like, I need to talk to you.
I know, but she'll answer the phone for you.
No, I know.
What is your biggest fear? What are you most afraid of right now?
Not being successful in life.
Yeah. What makes you afraid of that? Like, what is the thing that makes you think that you might not be?
Because I feel like I'm not smart enough.
Yeah. Well, that's not true. No, I'm just going to tell you, that's not true. I know a lot of fucking stupid people with advanced degrees. So, again, like that kind of stuff doesn't make you smart or not.
Yeah.
But, whether, it's a lot of times it's just opportunity. But what makes you not confident in your intelligence? You do well in school, don't you?
I do.
Okay. Are you good at solving problems? You bad at solving problems?
I think I'm okay at solving problems. I just feel like it takes me a minute to understand things. Like, it takes me a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you're worried that is going to make you not successful because you have to, you struggle every once in a while to understand a thing.
Yeah, it doesn't, like, when you say it doesn't make any sense.
Right. Well, that's why I'm saying it, right? Because I understand what goes on in all of our heads, right?
Yeah.
The lack of self-confidence. I had, you know me as a different person than I was at 17 years old, but I had a lot of that. I was very good at hiding it, and acted like a tough guy, but I had all that stuff. I didn't think I was smart. I honestly didn't think I was smart until after I was in law school and realized I was smarter than most of the people there. And I had already gotten to law school, and I still didn't think I was smart.
Yeah.
I thought I was a dummy, but you're not, and I'm sure of it. I would just start looking outside of the world, like get out of your own head and look out into the world a little bit and see what other people struggle with, and realize that they're struggling probably even more with understanding things and navigating the world than you ever will.
Yeah.
You know, so and the other thing to tell you is that there isn't these magical people that are super smart out there. That rich, poor, in the middle, we're all the same, and that the intelligence levels that you see in your everyday life is what you're going to see in every facet of, rich, poor, everywhere. I've been a part of all of those, like, cultures or whatever, all those groups of people, and it's all the same. So there's no, mysterious super smart people out there. They don't exist.
Yeah.
So be confident in your intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
But that's your biggest fear, though? You're worried about not being successful.
Yeah.
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 All right. Well, yeah, the other way to be successful is, again, what me and your dad talked about, is really just focus on the process.
Yeah.
Focus on getting out there, one foot in front of the other. Finish this task, go to the next task, finish that task. Make sure you get your work done at work. Make sure you get your work done at school. Keep trying. As long as you put the effort in, that guarantees success.
Yeah.
It doesn't guarantee that you're going to be at the same job all the time. It doesn't guarantee that people are going to appreciate your effort, but it's going to guarantee that you will be successful.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to do. It's much easier than you think it is. All right, I'm going to stop giving you advice. What's an unreasonable fear that you have? Just something that's that that's unreasonable. You talked about heights, something like anything like that. Bugs.
I have the biggest fear of water.
Really?
Yes, the biggest fear. So we went on the ferry yesterday
Yeah.
to get to New York, and I was shaking. I'm so scared of water.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you went on the jet ski with me where we were going 60 miles an hour.
I know, but I was holding on to you, and I was like, if I fall, he falls too.
Okay. Weird. I mean, I dumped your sister, so I can certainly have dumped you. What kind of music do you love? What's your favorite type of music? The stuff that your dad hates?
I don't necessarily love it.
Yeah. Now, what's your favorite, though? Like, who's your favorite artist right now?
Stephen Sanchez. He's my favorite artist right now.
So what does he sing? I have no idea who this is.
It's like slow songs and like love songs.
Sappy shit.
Yeah.
Is he new?
Yeah, he's kind of new.
Okay. Is he like on the top 40 charts? Should I know him if I wasn't an old man?
If you were an old man, yes.
All right, good. All right, I'm gonna look him up.
Okay.
How about the type of music that you hate?
I don't really hate any type of music right now.
Yeah.
I used to hate country.
Yeah.
I used to hate it so much, but now I've kind of warmed up to it a little bit.
Some country.
Yeah.
Does your boyfriend like country?
He does. He loves country.
This is where this is going. I'm fucking smart. Uh-huh. Yeah. I hate country now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So what's your favorite country artist?
Luke Combs.
Luke Combs?
Yes.
I don't know that much. I know Morgan Wallen. I know. All right. How about one thing that you would change about the world? Is there any one thing that you can think of? What would you change if you could?
People judging people.
Yeah. Talk to me about that. How do you feel?
Like, I feel like there's no point. Why? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, why would you judge somebody for just being who they are?
Right.
And it's just...
What benefit do you get out of it, right?
Yeah. Like, there's no point to it.
Right. Yeah. So practice that.
Yeah.
That's all I'll tell you. That I believe the same thing. There's no use in it.
Yeah.
There's no benefit other than misery loves company.
Yeah.
But so all I could say is just practice that in your own life, and you're going to attract people that are the same way, and you'll get rid of the people that are judgy.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need them in your life. And the other thing I want to tell you is, like the girlfriend or whatever, or the friend that is talking shit about everybody.
Yeah.
You know that person?
Mhm.
We all have them in our life.
Yes.
When you're not around, they're talking shit about you.
Oh, no, I know.
Yeah. So I didn't learn that until I was maybe 32 years old. I was sitting in a bar with two friends that were just fucking talking, blasting shit about people. And I'm just trying to not to be a part of it, but I'm like, yeah, like I'm yanning them to death. And it came over to me like, oh, dude, these motherfuckers are doing the same thing to me when I'm not here. So, anyway,
We have someone like that in our life, me and my sister.
yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
There's always people out there, and I just be reminded that when you're not around, they're doing the same thing, and they're toxic. You should call them out on it.
Oh, we do.
Good for you. Good for you. How about one thing you want to change about yourself? Anything, or you want to work on?
I don't give myself enough credit.
Yeah,
I always tell myself, oh, you could be doing more.
yeah,
You're not doing enough. You're not working hard enough. You're not doing good enough in school.
right.
You could get a better job. I don't give myself enough credit at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You should do work on that. Right. It's always good to strive to be better.
Yeah.
It's always good to try to work hard and want to do better and get better. But stop and smell the roses.
Yeah.
Right. And, if you're at a concert, get off the phone and watch the concert. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what
And
you're saying.
I mean that about life too.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes it's nice to just take a step back and realize this is like I'm having a fun time right now.
Yeah.
I don't need to record it, or I don't need it to be a little bit better, or all right, this might not be the perfect situation, but I can make a good time out of it. You know what I mean? Don't forget that. If you could be the best at one thing, what would it be? Don't tell me porn star.
No, I'm not like my father. No, no, no.
Sorry. I will beat you.
I know you would.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Playing instruments.
Really?
Yes.
What would you want to be the best? What instrument?
Piano.
Yeah, piano's a great
I
instrument.
know.
It's an orchestra by itself.
It is.
Yeah, I love the piano. I wish I could play it. How about if one thing that you wish you could be better at?
I wish I could be better at understanding other people's opinions better, more. Because I feel like when someone's trying to explain to me how they feel, I get upset.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're targeting me when they're not. They're just telling me how they feel.
Yeah.
So I wish I could understand that, okay, they're just coming to me and trying to tell me that they're upset and they're not
taking things personal.
Yes. Yeah.
It was a long, hard road for me. But yeah, I mean, it's not. You always got to remember that anybody, and even when they are attacking you, it's not about you. It's about it's about what's going on in their own head.
Yeah.
About the way they perceive whatever you did, which may be nothing, right, to you, but it's whatever's going on in their head that's making them react, right? There's nothing that you could do to make somebody do anything.
Yeah.
It's always about internal, right? And vice versa, right? There's nothing that anybody can do to you to make you react. It's all about the way you perceive it and the way you respond to it, right?
Yeah.
You have the ultimate control over you. So it was hard for me to learn that. It's taken a very long time. I know I sound zen, but I used to be a fucking raging lunatic. So, how about you have a celebrity crush?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
Jason Momoa.
yeah, he's a beautiful man.
Yes, he is.
He's a big, beautiful man.
Yes, he is.
How about your favorite TV show or favorite thing on Netflix or whatever? Anything?
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton?
Yeah.
I like that show. I watched all three. Was it 3 seasons, right?
Yeah, it was.
It was 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character in Bridgerton? Which one?
I forgot her name, but you know the one, the main character Like the pretty girl that got married to the Duke.
The first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, in the first season.
The first season.
Yes.
Yeah. I like her. You don't like the short fat girl that's writing all the letters? Sorry. Favorite thing to talk about with your friends?
Drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. You're 17.
Yeah.
All I can tell you is try to be done with that by the time you're like 25.
Oh no, I'm planning on it.
All right, good. What's most important to you?
My family and friends.
All right. Now, I'm going to ask you some difficult questions about you and your family. All right?
Okay.
All right. Tell me what you love most about your mom.
She's super caring. She's always making sure that we're okay, and she's always, I know it's her job, but she's always taking care of us. But I do appreciate it a lot because she does go like beyond
Yeah.
just that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What annoys you most about her?
A noise. Or she yells.
Yeah.
Or like the way she doesn't listen. She needs hearing aids. She will be on her phone in front of me, right? And I'm like, Mom, hello?
But she doesn't hear you?
No, she does not hear me.
Must be a family trait.
It is. I think it is.
Because, well, you guys have been here a week, and I think you've seen that, like, if I'm focused on something, I don't, there's nothing else going on in the world.
I know.
Is your mom's the same way?
Yes, she is.
It's funny. All right. How about your dad? What do you love most about your dad?
I love that he's overprotective. I know, like, it gets annoying at times, but, like, he's always so, like, oh, like, I need to know where you are, and I need to know what you're doing, and, like, who are you going out with? And, like, yeah, at first I was like, oh my gosh, this is so annoying, Dad, please stop. But, like, then, like, I started to, like, I'm 17 now, almost 18.
Yeah.
So I started to realize that he's just doing it because he cares about us.
Yeah.
And he loves us, and he doesn't want anything bad to happen to us.
It's nice to know you can count on him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, I could go knock up on the door in his room and be like, hey, like, I need you, something happened. He's like, putting on his shoes, okay, I'm ready to go, let's go. What do you need?
What annoys you most about him?
His short temper.
Yeah.
His short fuse.
About dumb shit?
Yes, about stupid stuff.
Yeah. I know a little bit about that.
Yeah.
All right. How about your sister? What do you love most about her?
She's my best friend.
Yeah. And what makes her your best friend? I know she's here, but
Yeah.
you got to tell the truth.
I just feel like since we're so close in age, we have a lot of stuff in common.
Yeah.
We share the same friend group. She's the one that actually got me the friends. So, we have a lot of things in common, and I feel like now that we're older, we're more friends than just, oh my gosh, my older sister's so annoying. Oh, my little sister's so annoying, you know?
Yeah. So I want to give you a piece of advice that I've given Jacob, right?
Mm-hmm.
You two are very close. Don't take that for granted.
Yeah.
You seen me and your mother not be very close for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So don't take that for granted. You're going to probably be the first one out of the house.
Yeah.
It's your responsibility to make sure that relationship continues.
Yeah.
Call her, right?
Oh, yeah.
Make sure she's involved in your life. Make sure she doesn't feel like she's forgotten about, even though you're not forgetting about her, because you're going to get out into your life and you're going to have a lot of shit going on, and it's all going to be fun and exciting and new, and that's going to be your focus, and that's okay. That's okay, but you always have to look back. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to lose that relationship. It's an important one. There's nobody that's going to know you better later in life than your sister.
Yeah.
All right. I'm off my soapbox. How about, what would your mom say about you? How is it dealing with Michaela as a mom?
It's pretty easy for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was a quiet kid, I'm still kind of quiet.
Yeah.
I do throw fits sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't speak up.
And then you lose your temper?
Yes.
Is it a short fuse or a long fuse?
Unlike my mom, I have a long fuse, but I keep bottling it in and holding it in and holding it in.
Yeah.
And to the point where, like, I'd pop off at somebody that didn't even do anything to me.
Yeah.
And because I can't take it anymore.
Right.
So everything just comes out at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my advice to that is always remember that you can say what you need to say. You don't have to be mean about it.
Yeah.
So find ways to express yourself when you're not emotional, but in a productive way.
Yeah.
So, hey, this made me feel this way. I know you didn't mean it, but this is the way it's made me feel. Or, hey, can you not do this again because this is the way it made me feel. I understand that you were just doing it, just give them the benefit of the doubt always. And if they keep doing it, then they're an asshole. And then you just deal with that accordingly.
Yeah.
Right. So that's my advice to you. But you gotta start speaking up for yourself.
Yeah.
Right. You can't let it bottle up. It's no good for anybody, especially yourself, because it eats away at you.
It does.
Yeah. What would Dad say about you?
Excuse my language, but I'm a pain in the ass.
Why are you a pain in the ass?
Because he's okay. My dad, I love my dad. He's my best friend, so I have to annoy him. So I'm always like, Dad, like I need you, and then like I don't need him or something, and just be like, what? I didn't call you. Like I didn't call your name. What are you talking about? Or like I'm always asking him to drop me off at my boyfriend's house, and he gets annoyed with that. He's like, why can't you ever just stay home one day? I was like, I'm home all the time. So I give him a hard time.
Do you take advantage a little bit? A little bit?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, because you know that he'll always do something for you?
Yes, he always says yes.
Yeah. Don't forget that.
I won't.
Even when he annoys you in 10 years and he's like a little annoying and old and shit, don't forget.
I won't.
All right. How about your sister? What would Taylor say about you?
That I'm annoying.
Why are you annoying to her?
Okay, because we share a room, and I clean it every single day. I'm a little bit of a clean freak, and I come home and it's a mess. So I yell at her, and that's why she thinks I'm annoying. And also when they're doing dumb stuff with her and her friends and my friends too, I always act like the mom they call me. So I'm like, no, we probably shouldn't do that. No, we're gonna get in trouble. No, we have to be home on time.
Right.
So that's why she thinks I'm annoying.
Is she a little bit more like of a rule breaker than you?
Yes, she is. So now I'm a little bit of a rule breaker, but she's always been.
Always?
Always.
Is she better at hiding it than you?
No.
No, she's not.
No, she's not. I come up with the excuses to her parents.
Yeah. So she's more like her mother than she. Okay, good. What makes you most proud of yourself?
Going through school.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that.
And how well you're doing?
Yeah.
Good. What makes you angry?
A lot of things.
What makes you the angriest?
Well, my sister makes me the angriest. So it's like when she doesn't clean up, or when she annoys me, or when she doesn't do something. So that's probably when I get the angriest.
What angers you most with your friends when your friends do something?
When they talk crap and start drama. I know I like talking about it, but like I talk to them about some stuff that they do to me, and then they don't stop.
Yeah.
That's what makes me the angriest.
What's your favorite curse word?
I say fuck a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
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 I used to say fuck a lot at 7 years old. So. Do you have like a favorite, like really bad curse word?
Every time I yell at someone, I'm like, you fucking bitch. I always say that. That's like my go-to.
Yeah. Dickwad. I like a lot of wads. Wads are,
Yeah.
wad, stuff like that. Sorry, this is my goddamn 17-year-old niece.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm an idiot. All right, so you're here in Philadelphia really for the first time, right?
Yes.
I mean, you were here before, but you don't remember it. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
All right, what do you think about my fine city?
I love it. I love it.
What do you like most about it so far?
How everything is so close to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a benefit.
It is.
How about like us? How about the Magaldi family? I guess, so let's start with me. We really don't know each other, right? I mean, we sort of met last year.
Yeah.
What did you know about me? What did you think about me growing up or whatever? What was that thought?
Well, my parents always told me that you were goofy. So you were funny.
Yeah.
Like they said that you were kind of laid back too. Like you're kind of Yeah, I don't know. Like they always like you would love him. Like you guys would get along so much. You guys
Really?
would joke around.
Your mom didn't tell you I treated her like a dick when
Oh
she.
no, yeah, she did.
All right,
She
good.
told me all the stories about how like you snitch on her and how like you kicked her from that party
Yeah.
and all of that.
So,
But
so were you afraid to meet me?
no, I wasn't. Well, I mean a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Have I lived up to all the expectations?
Yes, you have.
Am I better than Build or worse?
You're better. You're a lot better.
Why? What makes me better?
Well, okay. Everybody Well, you're my mom's brother, so of
Yeah.
course she's gonna hype you up to us,
Yeah.
especially because we've
Wiki,
never
wiki,
met
wiki.
you.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And but when I first met you
Yeah.
in Laughlin,
Yeah.
and we went out to eat, and you're all like, "I'm gonna sit at the kids' table with you guys. I'm a kid," and like you started making stupid jokes to us.
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, wow!" Like I didn't picture him being like this, like being so. I don't care what I say. You know what I
Yeah. Yeah.
mean?
I have no filter, but
Yeah.
I'm over having a filter, but I didn't sit at to be there. I just wanted to talk to you and get to know
Yeah.
you. You know, that's was my purpose of doing that. Not
Yeah.
really trying to. I'm just being my I'm just being my retarded self.
Oh my gosh, remember when you told me and Taylor that you
Why was I say? I think I told Ramsey too. This. So.
you did. You did.
No basement babies. I told.
Yes, basement babies. We were like, what is
What the fuck is a basement baby?
Yes. So confused.
So let me tell the world what a basement baby is. So on my first podcast, I told a story about my parents, and they were 18 years old when I was conceived, or my dad was probably 19, my mom was still 18, and most likely I was conceived in a basement in South Philly on Marshall Street, in a dirt basement. So I explained that to them, and I just said, don't be 19 years old and have a basement baby. You know, just be more. The point is just to be more settled in your life. Wait till you're at least like 25 or something. No basement babies. Use a condom. That's all I was saying. Like I'm not trying to judge anybody about having sex or whatever, and I'm not trying to be unrealistic about it either. Just don't fucking have babies young. So anyway, basement babies. That's one of the first things I said to my nieces.
Yes.
Because me and their mother haven't really, we had been far apart for a long time. So, all right. So, what do you think about Nick? What do you think about little Nick here?
My little Nicky. I love him so much.
Yeah.
Me and Taylor bully him all the time, though. Like, we play fight with him and we tickle him a lot.
Yeah.
But he's our little best friend now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty adorable. I don't think he likes my family anymore. I think he might want to move with you. How about Laura? What do you think of Aunt Laura?
I love her so much. She's so sweet and like she's so caring and she's always making sure like, hey, are you hungry?
Yeah.
Hey, like, do you need something? Hey, like, there's stuff in like the shower to take a shower, and like she's so beautiful. Like,
can we talk about this weird, creepy picture thing you were doing?
What?
Were you taking pictures of my wife?
Oh yeah. Me and Taylor take pictures of random things. Okay. So Taylor has this is a little weird, but Taylor has her whole camera roll is butt cracks of tweakers and just random people. Yeah. And then she has a picture of you recently, on the couch acting like the cat. And we just sneak pictures of everybody.
Oh, good. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Creeps. How about Jake? Jake's quiet, but what do you think?
He's funny. The other night is when we like really got to talking.
Cool.
And we were all in the basement and we were all making jokes about things. And like we're actually a lot in common.
Yeah.
We have a lot in common actually, and it was nice to get to know him.
Yeah.
I love him a lot.
What's your favorite part about being here? Or this trip that you've had?
Spending time with you guys.
That's nice. Me too. Did you have any opinions of like Philadelphia before or anything like that, or any notions of what this would be like?
I thought it was going to be a little different. Like Because the last time I was here I was 5 years old.
Right.
And my last memory was getting lost with my cousin Ruth because she tried to take us out for ice cream and she got us lost.
Yeah.
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 But I always thought, like, everybody says, like, oh, it's so bad there, it's filthy, like, why would you want to go there? But then now I'm here, it's beautiful to me, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I love it here
Well,
now.
here's the secret about all cities is that the places where it's bad, there's no reason to go to them.
Yeah.
So, but I mean that doesn't make it right, but
Yeah.
it's the truth. I mean that's the truth. All right, so you sat through your dad's podcast.
I did.
What did you think? What's your impression of it?
It was funny, but then it was also sad.
Yeah. What did it feel like watching your dad get a little emotional?
It made me upset. I started to tear up too.
Yeah. What like made you the most upset?
And he was just telling you how he wanted to be a good father and he
Yeah.
hopes he's good enough.
Yeah.
And I wish that he realizes how much of a good father he is to us.
Right.
And he's done everything in the world for us. And
Right.
So it made me sad to see him
Worry about that?
yes. And I know what was really going through his head. Yeah, I want to be and I say I'm trying to be, but I know I'm not.
Yeah, I don't think he
Yeah.
was saying that. I think he realizes he's doing the best he can.
Yeah.
But he's just striving to be better.
I know.
And that's okay.
It is okay, but I just want him to know that.
Well, tell him.
Yeah, I do.
All right. So what do you think about him as a father?
I think he's a great father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about hearing him talk about his early childhood? How did that make you feel?
It sucks.
Yeah.
It really does. I know some of it, because he's told me as I got older.
Yeah.
And when I was about 12 years old, he took us over to his sperm donor's house because he said, oh, well, I've changed.
Right.
And my dad was this close to us. He was so close to us the whole entire time. Because, we were all we want to go meet him. Yeah. And we begged him. And he was like, no, no, no. I don't know about that. And we're like, well, no, we want to know.
Right.
Because we were curious.
Right.
And we went over there, and it just, it wasn't what, yes, it was the worst time ever.
Yeah. You just don't want to think about that, even though he's still blood related, right?
Yeah.
You want family to be normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I have a story like that I'll tell you real quick. So I didn't know my mom's the dad that raised her.
Yeah.
We didn't really see him much.
Mm-hmm.
He had an alcohol problem.
Yeah.
And the only time we would ever see him is really when he was drunk. So he once came over my house. He's banging on the door. The door was open. He opens the door. I didn't know who it was. I was downstairs by myself. My sister was there, and my mom was upstairs. I grabbed a baseball bat to fucking smash him over his head, and he walks through the door. I see him. I got the baseball bat ready to swing it at him, and he's like, where's your mother? Anyway, so there's that story. Then the next time I see him is at my aunt Michelle's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother tells me, she says, David, go up to him, say hello. I'm like, Mom, I really don't want to. But she's like, do it for me. So I did it. I walked up to him. He was talking to my grandmother in the middle of the dance floor, and they had been separated at that point. So I guess he was trying to smooze her. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. But I walk up to him. I put my hand out to shake his hand, and he looks at me, stares at me, and goes, what's this about? So I was, I don't know, 13, 14 years old. I start crying mostly just because I was mad at my mother for making me go talk to this dude that I don't really know, and he's a dickhead. And so I go back to the table. I'm crying. My Uncle John, my mom's brother, Italy right now that you didn't get to see, but that's his son. Yeah. So he finds out what's happening, walks up to his father, yells at his father, tells his father to come over to shake my hand. So he comes over to shake my hand. He puts his hand out. He says, David, I'm sorry. I told him he can stick his fucking hand in his ass. And then I start yelling at him, and John told me to stop. And that's the last time I ever spoke to him. So, Yeah, I know how that feels.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, so that's my story. How about your future? Let's talk about that. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Have you thought about it?
I
10,
have.
10 years, you're 27 years old. Where's Michaela at?
I want to have a stable job and a
Yeah.
stable house.
Yeah.
And then
You own a house at this point at 27?
probably renting, not owning yet.
Okay.
But
You're finished school.
yeah.
You're into your career.
Yes.
And where are you living? Are you living in Phoenix?
I don't know. I would like to move somewhere eventually when I get older.
Where do you want to move? Do you want to move the East Coast? Further west?
I would like to move home. You know what I mean? Here.
Here, really?
Yeah, I would. I would like to be with you guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Does that mean your mom and dad come?
Yeah.
They have to come?
Yeah, they do.
Is we leaving Taylor out there, or is she allowed to come too?
She's alone, I guess.
Do you have? How about in your future? You want kids?
I do. I do.
How many kids?
Okay, you might think I'm crazy, but
Probably
yes. I want 4 kids, and then I want to adopt one.
5 kids.
5 kids. I want 5 kids.
All right. You realize that's running a really weak zone defense, right? So, I mean, just saying. I'm a football guy. Man to man's the worst that you want to be. So 1, 2, but 5 is a lot.
I know, but okay.
And that's a lot. That's a lot coming through the birthing canal. Just want you to know, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time with a fat belly.
Okay, I'm hoping I have twins because I'm in the line for twins. Okay, my grandma on my dad's side is a twin.
Oh, really?
Yes. So me and Taylor could either have twins, and I'm hoping it's me. So, okay, but
That's aggressive.
It is, but I've always wanted a big family, though. All of you guys were out here, and it was just us in Arizona.
Small family. I get
it.
Yeah. Well, maybe if you come back here, you'll get your full of a big family.
Maybe I'll change my mind then.
You might. You might. Because sometimes it's not all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, I know.
How about you want to get married in the future? You want to be married?
Oh, I do.
All right.
That's like one of my biggest life dreams is to get married and have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't settle, please. Don't get married like people do just because of the idea of getting married.
Oh no.
All right. And don't fucking spend a fortune on your wedding.
I won't.
All right. How about travel? You want to go places?
I do. I really do.
Where's the one place that you really, really want to go?
I want to go to South Korea.
Really?
Yes.
And you learned a little bit of Korean, right?
I was fluent in it.
Were you really?
I was.
And can you still speak it a little bit?
Not really, not as much anymore.
Right. Can you say hello?
Annyeong.
Can you say go fuck yourself?
No.
All right. Damn it. All right. How about you talked about moving? How about pets? You want some pets?
I do.
What kind of pets do you want?
Okay. The Fox and the Hound.
I do.
Yeah, I want to get one of those dogs. Okay, and then there's a dog that looks like a fox, and I want to get one.
Really?
I don't know what kind it is.
Those types of dogs are really they're really wiry and spastic. You know that?
Yeah, I know. But they're cute, so it's worth it.
You need land for that.
I'll have land.
Okay.
Yes.
In the middle of Philadelphia, you will have a big, big yard.
Yes, I will. I'll find a way. I also want a pug too, though.
Really?
Yes, I love pugs so much.
Yeah, they're adorable.
They are. My parents think that they're ugly.
No, they're they're pretty. They're adorable. They're adorable because they're so ugly.
Yes, that's what I said.
All right. So when you get older, you want to live in a city. You don't want to live in a country.
Okay, I'm in between that. I do want to move here.
Yeah.
And this is a city, but then yet again,
you want space.
I do, and I don't know.
How about you? Do you want? Would you rather in between the suburbs or something like that, where you have a little space but you're still close to people?
Yeah.
Because I hate the idea of the suburbs personally. So I either want my house in New Jersey or I want to live in a city.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in a pseudo city. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Where I still have to drive to get anywhere, and I'm next to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But then at the same time, sometimes
yeah,
I just get this random thought about owning a farm one day.
I love the idea.
Yeah.
You want to move back here, and I'll buy goats, and you raise my goats.
Yes, I will raise your goats for you.
All right, and you can go like the community, like Cumberland County Community College.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Deal.
Deal.
All right. You have if I grant you 3 wishes for yourself, what would it be?
For myself?
Yeah, for yourself. 3 wishes.
To become successful.
Okay. Successful monetarily? Is that what you mean? Like professionally?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
To have my parents being like taken care of so they would be stable as they get older.
Yep.
Always.
Yep.
And for me to be famous.
Famous?
Yes.
What do you want to be famous for?
I want to be an actress.
You're not going to be able to do that in Philadelphia.
I know. I'll figure it out.
All right.
Find a way.
All right.
I promise you.
Okay. I mean, maybe you could. There's some.
But if it's a wish, then
yeah, no, you're good. I'm granting your wishes. That's fine. How about one wish for your parents?
For them to get everything they've ever wanted. You know, because they deserve it.
Yeah.
They really do.
How about Taylor? One wish for Taylor.
For her to live a good life, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a good life. What do you mean by a good life? What does that mean to you?
I want her to be happy.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Whatever makes her happy?
Yes, whatever makes her happy.
Yeah, that's good. Don't ever forget that, right? Because money's not always going to be... It's not going to solve all the problems. Yeah. It's nice to have. And it like I told my college roommate whose dad was fairly wealthy, and he was like, money's the root of all evil, that kind of shit. And I said, it's easy to say that when you have it, because when you don't, you can't worry about anything else other than money.
Yeah.
So, but again, there is a line where, where you can be happy and have enough of money, and then everything else after that is just excess.
Yeah.
And then problems come if you get too big. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You get just as trapped when you have more money if you're not modest.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
You have any questions for me? What do you want to know about me? Anything. I'll be honest.
You've only talked about it a little bit, but not like a lot. How was it growing up with my mother?
With your mother?
Yeah.
So when she was young, when we were little, or when she was little, because I'm 5 years older than her, she was a very sweet kid. I mean, she really was. She was adorable and sweet, the little chubby cheeks and a great smile. And I loved being a big brother. Like, I loved it. And then I got to be a late teenager, and she got to be 12.
Yeah.
And she struggled a little bit, and it was miserable for both of us. I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah.
I wanted to try to help her. I was out of the house by then because I was at college. When she was 13 years old, I was 18, right? So she turned 13 in June. I turned 13 in March. So I turned 13 in March. I graduated high school in September, right? Mm-hmm. So by the time she's 13, when she's starting to really get into dumb shit, I was out of the house doing my own thing away from home.
Yeah.
And then I would come back, and whenever I would come back, I would have 100 things people are telling me, who's calling me to tell me what my sister's doing. And I would try to be a dad to her. And was not my job.
Yeah.
I've told your mother, I've said it on my podcast, but I regret that. I wish I would have had better advice, the advice that I gave to you guys, that it's more important to be each other's friend and support system than it is to, try to be a parent. That's what it was like. And then for a while, from my part, I worried about her from afar. I didn't know what was going on. I knew she was struggling, especially once she moved out to Arizona. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And I worried from afar, and I would try to contact her, not enough. You know, it's both of our fault that we didn't talk
Yeah.
over that time. But so that's it. And then part of it, you know, is being, well, she never calls me back, and I would get, you know, offended by it, and I'm sure she would feel the same way.
She would.
Yeah, right. And so it was just doubled on itself, right?
Yeah.
Well, he never calls me. Well, she never calls me. And it's just stupid. It's dumb stuff, right? Who cares?
Yeah.
Right. And then 20 years pass and you don't know each other anymore. And that's sad.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you guys are here. I'm particularly sad that I didn't get to be a part of you guys growing up. I mean, I had the means to come out and see you, and I didn't. It had nothing to do with the two of you.
Yeah.
You know, it had probably a little bit to do with my stubbornness and a little bit to do with me worried about what I would see.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And I know now that I probably wouldn't have seen anything bad, but but I didn't know that. You know, I heard rumors, and you know, I do know, you know, your mom struggled when she first got out there.
Yeah.
And then I worried about seeing things that I couldn't do anything about.
Yeah.
You know, that wasn't the right way to deal with it. But we're here now.
Yeah, we are.
And I love you both. And I love them. I've always liked your dad. I really did. Like, he was always a sweet guy. Like, I just always worried about them financially and struggling and the things that I know that they went through that I hoped that they didn't have to. Yeah. You know, they struggled the same way that my parents struggled, and I just hoped for better. But, you know, we're here.
Yeah.
And they got there in a different way than I did, and that's okay. And they love the two of you, and you two are great kids, and so they did something right. So that's what I say about that. Anything else?
No more questions.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I love you.
I love you too.
And I love your sister. She's sitting behind me. And I love your mother, who's standing at the top of the steps now listening to what she fucking eavesdropping. Like a bag of cunts that she is.
She always eavesdrops, always. No,
I'm just kidding. But yeah, you always have us here.
Yeah.
I know. Hopefully, we can really honestly stay in touch now.
Yeah.
Like, you have my phone number. You can text me if you have any questions. I mean, I know you don't want to shoot the shit with a 47-year-old man, but you know, I am a wealth of knowledge for the things that you are coming up against really very soon. I did it all by myself, so I have a lot of things that I did wrong that I would love to pass on to you and your sister who's sitting behind me. I'm always here for you. I love you.
We love you too.
Don't forget that.
We won't.
All right. And now I'm out. Enough of the emotional nonsense. My next podcast has to be funny because these last three have been fucking outrageous. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.